السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. مرحبا بكم أيها الطلاب الكرام. سنبدأ اليوم بالدرس الرابع الجزء الأول. Today we're going to take lesson 4, part 1. We learn a lot of new things in this lesson. This lesson is kind of long, but again, we're going to break it up into certain parts so it'll be easier to take in. One of the first things that you'll look at, if you look at lesson 4, and on my book it's page 21, so you guys make sure to get to lesson 4 to follow along. At the top of the page, we have words that we already learned their meanings before, or at least most of them. And we take the word al-bayt, and then there is this other word that we've never taken before. So let's look at it. We have the word al-bayt. We know what that means. And remember what I said about writing? You should be writing with me. Al-baytu. Normally, nouns will always end in dhamma. And I want you to remember something. There are always exceptions to the rules. If we took nouns are supposed to have this, no, there are exceptions to the rules. If we say verbs are supposed to have this, there are exceptions to the rules. And huroof are supposed to be this way, there are exceptions to the rules. Always exceptions. So don't be thrown off by that. How do words normally end in the Arabic language? They end with a dhamma, right? They usually end with a dhamma. And again, you'll learn there are different ways to show what is considered to be the marfoo' state. I'm going to write this word down. And this is a grammar rule. It's not a grammar rule, but it's a word used in grammar quite often. And it says like, and it'll go like this, marfu'un, which means a word that ends with dhamma, or it ends in the marfoo' state. What happens in our example that we have in the book in front of us? The word fi comes in front of it. Let's identify what is fi. First, the fa has a kasra, this has a sukoon. It doesn't have alif and lam. It's not like a verb where it's fatha, fatha, fatha. So if it's not a noun, it's not a verb, it's not an ism, it's not a fi'l, that's the last one, it is a harf. Fi al-baytu. This is what they call a harf jar. I'm going to write this down here. What is fi? It's a harf jar, right? Harful jarri. And we're going to take actually two of them today, and I'll write them down right here for you. We're going to take fi, which firstly, the meaning of the word fi means in. So fi means in. We'll take another one today, and it means ala, and that means on. Fi, in, ala is on. Okay? If these come in front of a noun, what happens? Well, I want you to have a look real quick. Fi, coming in front of al-baytu, if you look at your book, you will see something on the word al-baytu. You'll see it's not a dhamma here. You'll see it's a kasra. If a harf jar comes in front of a noun, it will make it end with a kasra. Is that going to be called the marfoo' state now? No, it is not going to be called the marfoo' state. It will be called Majroor. So switching it from dhamma to kasra means you're switching it from the marfoo' state to the majroor state. And that's as much grammar as we're going to take on this. Learn the meaning. In the house. When you stop at the end of a sentence, you'll say fil bayt. Fil bayt. Where are you? Fil bayt. In the house. I ended it with a sukoon, so you'll pronounce it like that, but when it's written, or if your sentence is going to continue, that kasra is there. And it's a kasra, it's not a ya, because if I was to say to you, fil bayti, don't think fil bayti is like this, with a ya. It's not. Okay? Fil bayti is simply that kasra there. Oh, nice. We're going to get some good lighting coming on now. It should still be okay throughout the video. Next, what we have, let's get rid of this, get rid of some of this clutter real quick. Next, what we have is al-masjid. If you go across, the next word is al-masjidu. Let me write that slower because I want you guys to write with me. Start from up here, down, up here again, come up like that. You see how we kind of come up? You give it kind of like a little tail, kind of. We're just having fun here. You guys didn't know this might be an art class, did you? Al-masjidu. I'm just joking around. I'm a bad artist. Al-masjidu. What happens if we put fi in front of it? First, we change the meaning. We're going to say, I'm in the masjid. Well, I don't want to use I'm yet because it comes in later. Fi. In the masjid. Do we keep this? No, we don't, because fi is there. And fi makes whatever comes after it, not just fi, any harf jar. Fi makes whatever comes after it have a kasra. Fil masjidi. All right? Next, what we have is al-maktab and al-sarir. We learned what fi is. Let's go ahead and put him here since we've already dealt with fi. It means in. We're going to take ala, on, ala. Is this a ya or a alif? Alif maqsoora. So you treat it as a alif. Don't treat it like a ya. We have al-maktab. What's the meaning of maktab? What's the meaning of maktab? And right now, al-maktabu, al-maktabi. What do we put on there? What is happening here? Normally, nothing's in front of it, so you keep it with a dhamma. Well, you might say, no, it's dhammatain. Then we'll stop you, give you a little bop on the head, and say, did you forget about the alif and lam? Because alif and lam, if it comes in front of a noun, you cannot have that tanween. Al-maktabu. Put ala in front of it. What's the meaning of ala? Ma ma'na, and I'm going to start doing this little by little. I'll start asking you guys questions in Arabic, and eventually I won't be asking you in English anymore. So, ma ma'na, what is the meaning? Ma ma'na ala. I have a maktab right here. Hada maktab. You guys can't see it, but there is a desk here. Al-qalamu ala al-maktab. Ala means on. So this means on the desk. On the desk. Ala al-maktabu. We have one more problem. Ala is a harf jar. What happens to a ism when a harf jar comes in front of it? Do we keep the word in the marfoo state which means it ends with a dhamma? Or do we change it to a kasra and then it will become in the Majroor state? If you chose Marfoo, you're wrong. It's Majroor. Majroor state. Okay? Lastly, we have as-sarir, which means the bed. As-sariru, you put sarir means bed, and you put ala in front. What do you have? Ala as-sariru. No, you can't do that because this is a harf jar, and Huroof Al-Jarr need you to make the noun after them have a kasra, which will make them in the Majroor state. Where are you? Ala as-sarir. Ala as-sarir. Why did I say with sukoon? Because my sentence ended. But what's the harakah on there? We know it's a kasra because of ala. Ala as-sariri. Ala as-sariri. And if you notice, we don't say ala al-sariri. This is alif, that's alif. We skip them. Alas. Remember lam shamsiyah? Ala as-sariri. And also when we did fi, don't say fi al-bayti. Fil bayti. All right? We're going to go ahead and stop there. That concludes our lesson. Make sure you guys are writing and you're studying. If you didn't understand this lesson, go back and watch it again. All right? Make your dua. Allahumma allimna ma yanfa'una wanfa'na bima 'allamtana. And make sure you guys are doing your studying. And ila al-liqa. We'll see you all in the next video. Barakallahu feekum. Assalamu alaikum.